Good afternoon from Painesville and welcome to ELBC Newsline. Today is Tuesday, November 18, 2025. In the headlines,
The short time we have been able to improve roads, we can see what is happening. The food prices going down.
President Joseph Boakai formally opens 22nd African Road Maintenance Funds Association Assembly in Monrovia. Man 45 is on the run for allegedly raping and impregnating his 13-year-old stepdaughter in Nimba County. Liberia Agriculture, Commodity and Regulatory Authority discovers attempts to smuggle large consignment of cocoa beans out of Liberia. And away from Liberia, French energy company Total Energies faces war crimes allegation in Mozambique. I'm Grace Tower presenting. We'll bring you more of these developments as well as our regular features. But first, our news bulletin read for us by Nakita Roberts.
President Joseph Boakai says road infrastructure is critical to Africa's economic and social progress. President Boakai said constructing quality roads in the region is paramount to alleviating poverty and embracing lasting growth. The Liberian leader was speaking at the 22nd annual general meeting of the African Road Maintenance Funds Association in Congo on Tuesday. The Liberian leader stated that the meeting reinforces his administration's commitment to advancing sustainable development in Liberia and the region. He lauded the efforts of the African Road Maintenance Funds Association (AMFA) for continuously championing decades of improving financing, coordination, and effective road maintenance across Africa. The 22nd General Assembly of the African Road Maintenance Funds Association (AFA) has opened in Liberia. Founded on December 18, 2003, AMFA praised itself as a leading non-political, non-profit entity committed to advancing road infrastructure across Africa. In Monrovia, the AMFA General Assembly has gather experts to discuss new ways of financing and sustaining Africa's road network. The assembly focuses on innovative financing and sustainability of road infrastructure in the face of climate and mobility challenges in Africa. Our reporter covering the week-long event said road fund managers, engineers, and policymakers have gathered to strengthen knowledge sharing and boost collaboration across the continent. Meanwhile, the National Road Fund manager, Josita Novell Wentel, says the fund has supported the maintenance and rehabilitation of more than 1,000 kilometers of main and secondary roads nationwide. Madam Josita commended President Joseph Boakai for prioritizing road development. She also lauded development partners for their continuous support, describing their contribution as a renewal of faith in her leadership.
2024, for the very first time, we generated an unprecedented amount of $31 million. That is the highest funds generated by the National Road Fund. And with that, we were able to pay over 1,000 kilometers of road and do maintenance work.
The National Road Fund manager disclosed that the organization generated 31 million United States dollars this year, the highest since its creation. According to Madam Josita Novell Wento, $70,000 of the amount came from vehicle weighing activities. Meanwhile, Madam Wento has disclosed that the fund is expected to launch an electronic dashboard to provide citizens real-time information on road conditions, ongoing projects, and financial updates. The National Oil Company of Liberia, NOCAL, has signed a major memorandum of understanding with Morocco's National Office of Hydrocarbons and Mines to deepen collaboration. The MOU aims to strengthen research, exploration, data sharing, training, and investment ties between NOCAL and Morocco's National Office of Hydrocarbons and Mines. NOCAL's board chair, Councillor Gloria Musu Scott and President Fabian Knight signed on behalf of the entity, while Amina Bihadra signed on behalf of the Kingdom of Morocco. It follows a tripartite agreement between NOCAL and two hydrocarbon and energy institutions, including Morocco's National Office of Hydrocarbon and Mines. Meanwhile, NOCAL says the tripartite agreement seeks to open the African Atlanta gas pipeline project that will connect ECOWAS countries along the Atlantic coast to Mauritania, Morocco, and subsequently Europe. Finance Minister Augustine Gafwan says the government is committed to supporting safe and sustainable roads across the country. Minister Gafwan said government will continue to support the African Road Maintenance Funds Association, AMFA, and collaborate with ECOWAS to ensure that African roads become a symbol of integration, resilience, and prosperity. According to him, Liberia has long transitioned from a problem child to a region of attracting foreign direct investments.
To pursue and intensify its efforts to safe, sustainable, and well-funded roads, we continue to support AMFA's actions and collaborate with ECOWAS and our partners to ensure that African roads become a symbol of integration, resilience, and prosperity.
The finance minister was speaking on Tuesday at the 22nd General Assembly of the African Road Maintenance Fund Association, hosted by the National Road Fund of Liberia at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Monrovia. Minister Gafwan described road as a major priority of the government, urging Liberians and citizens of the region to collaborate in ensuring the African continent is connected through paved roads. Police in Nimba County has launched a manhunt for a 45-year-old man for allegedly raping and impregnating his granddaughter. Suspect Preston Gonlifa is said to have allegedly committed the act on multiple occasions when the 13-year-old victim was left home alone. Our correspondent calls the victim as saying suspect Golifam threatened to kill the victim if she tells anyone. Our correspondent said the victim later started to decline in health, something that prompted her family to conduct a medical examination. The examination results from the nearby clinic proved that the victim was raped, leading to her getting pregnant. Meanwhile, the suspect has reportedly escaped after getting the news of his arrest, while the victim is currently in the custody of the Civil Society group in the area. A sophisticated criminal syndicate attempting to smuggle a large consignment of cocoa beans out of the country has been uncovered. The Liberia Agricultural Commodity Regulatory Authority said the scheme could have cost the government thousands of United States dollars in lost revenue. Lacra authorities said the illegal operations involved 10 containers of cocoa beans traced to an entity identified as Aloysius and Sons Incorporated, a company registered or authorized by Lacra to export cocoa. During the inspection, the authorities disclosed the driver of a truck filled the scam, indicating that the truck was carrying a container marked CMAU 2536337 with bill of lading number IBE 0107733 and lesson plates H01704. Lacra as at the same time confirmed that while the two containers were smuggled through the port gate, inspectors intercepted the remaining 8. Meanwhile, acting Lacra Director Dan Saye has condemned what he called a calculated ploy by unscrupulous actors to defraud the system and rob Liberians of much needed national revenue. The ambassador of the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS to Liberia, Josephine Nkrumah, says Liberia is making significant efforts against gender-based violence. Ambassador Nkrumah said through regional efforts and national initiatives, Liberia has demonstrated strong determination to protect the rights of women and girls and to promote gender equality. The ECOWAS ambassador made the remarks on Tuesday at the opening of a 4-day ECOWAS national training workshop on prevention and response to gender-based violence and sexual harassment for the benefit of judicial, health, and social actors in Monrovia.
The national services, the government has expanded prevention, response, and support services. Everyone reaffirms its commitment to support all such initiatives.
Ambassador Nkrumah underscored that the Liberian government is expanding prevention, responding, and supporting services in the fight against gender-based violence. According to Hall, the regional body will continue collaborating with the Liberian government to address existing issues of gender-based violence in the country. Meanwhile, Deputy Gender Minister Antonin Laura Golake says government is placing women, girls, and the vulnerable population at the center of national transformation through the National Development Plan. Minister Golake said government is firmly committed to building a safer, healthier, more educated, and empowered population. Delivering the keynote address on Tuesday at the opening of a 4-day gender-based violence workshop in Monrovia, the Deputy Gender Minister lauded ECOWAS for organizing the initiative.
You will understand or you will come to realize that government is committed to building a safer, healthier, more educated, and more empowered population.
The Deputy Gender Minister renewed the ministry's resolve to continue engagement with stakeholders to address issues of gender-based violence in the country. She urged participants of the ongoing workshop to discuss and develop timely response mechanisms crucial to enhancing a safer environment for women and girls. The Senate Committee Chair on Ways, Means, Finance, and Budget, Senator Prince Moyi, has called for more support to the Liberia Revenue Authority to increase domestic revenue in the 2026 National Draft Budget. Domestic revenue for the first time rose to over 900 million United States dollars, representing 94.1% of the total revenue collected. In an ELBC interview on Monday, Senator Moyi said the jump in domestic revenue for the first time reflects the technical capacity of the team at LRA.
Extremely well. We at the legislature, all we can do is to support them so that we achieve this tax. To get domestic revenue moving at $910 million, it's not something easy.
According to Senator Moyi stated that while the budget has, for the first time, hit $1 billion, there are concerns, especially domestic debt payments, that need to be addressed. According to the Bond County Senator, some of the domestic debts claims being raised for payments are dated as far as 1974. And as such, the Senate will vet the names of businesses, individuals, and their services rendered to the government before any appropriation. In the 2026 draft budget, the executive allotted $230 million for debt servicing. And health ministry and partners have launched the human papillomavirus HPV vaccine in Lower Magibi County. The HPV vaccine helps prevent cervical cancer in women and girls. According to our correspondent, HPV vaccine gives the body a safe way to build immune system awareness for some virus strains. Our correspondent said the vaccine is also given to children from 9 to 18 years. The launch brought together students, stakeholders, parents, and community dwellers to protect genital growth and, most cases, cervical cancer.
Nakita Roberts and the ship of the news bulletin. She makes a return later with our international developments and hopefully the weather. One of the big stories we follow in this afternoon, President Joseph Boakai formally opens 22nd African Road Maintenance Funds Association Assembly in Monrovia. As you have heard, President Boakai has underscored the importance of road connectivity, committing his government to advancing sustainable roads. President Boakai said the country's budget for 2026 has secured a huge portion of all the road. The Liberian leader spoke Tuesday in Monrovia when he opened the 22nd annual general meeting of the African Road Maintenance Funds Association.
Your presence here reinforces our collective